Now at 6 on WCNC Charlotte, President Trump is facing a critical 48 hours in his fight against the coronavirus. That's according to the White House Chief of Staff. Now, we have an update on his condition today and the fallout from his diagnosis. Plus, breaking in just the last few hours, a member of the press who covered Ivanka Trump's visit to Gaston County on Friday has tested positive for COVID-19. We've got those details and sweet freedom. It is the first weekend of Phase 3 in North Carolina, so we are going to show you how businesses are adjusting as more COVID restrictions are lifted. Good evening to you, and thank you for joining us at 6. I'm Lana Harris. Now, we are going to start off with the latest on the president and the first lady. President Trump is still hospitalized at the Walter Reed National Military Medical Center in Bethesda, Maryland. And of course, he is battling COVID-19. This is a live look right now where you can see some of his supporters outside of the hospital there. And this evening, NBC News is reporting that the president's condition could get worse. A source familiar with the president's condition says some of his vital signs are early indicators of the potential for progression beyond mild illness. Now, the president's chief of staff says he went through a, quote, very concerning period on Friday, and that the next 48 hours are critical in terms of his care. Now, meanwhile, the president tweeted from the hospital today that he's feeling well, and his White House doctors have also said he's doing, quote, very well. Now, as for the First Lady Melania, the news is a bit better. Her symptoms have not worsened, and she's resting. NBC's Alice Barr has more from Washington. And from there, back to that breaking news. We have learned of a member of the press who covered Ivanka Trump's visit to Gaston County has tested positive for the coronavirus. Now, the president's daughter visited several Belmont businesses on Friday, and Ivanka has since tested negative for the coronavirus. WCNC Charlotte's Ashley Daly joins us live. And Ashley, what do we know about this so far?
11. For now, reporting live in downtown Belmont, Ashley Daly, WCNC Charlotte.
All right, Ashley, thank you. And unfortunately, it doesn't end there. North Carolina Senator Tom Tillis has also tested positive for COVID-19. His office issued a statement saying that the test he took yesterday came back positive. Now, we're told that the senator does not have any symptoms, but he is going to isolate for 10 days, and he's reaching out to those that he's been in contact with. We've also just learned that the Senate has canceled legislative work until October 19th because of these positive tests among lawmakers. And meanwhile, a surprise development came from his opponent, Cunningham, and it is shaking up November's Senate race. Cunningham has admitted to sending sexual text messages to a California strategist who is not his wife. In fact, both Cunningham and the woman have spouses. So now it's unclear when the messages were sent, but Cunningham has apologized and said that he will not be dropping out of the race. But switching gears here, did you get a chance to go outside today? Or maybe you've got plans for tonight. It is the first full day of Phase 3 of reopening in North Carolina, which means that bars and clubs and lounges are allowed to open outdoor spaces with limited capacity. The streets in Uptown and South End showed it. People we spoke with today says it seems like a lot more people are out this weekend enjoying more freedom.
Everyone's following the rules, social distancing. So it's nice to get out, enjoy the weather, kind of get back to some sort of normalcy or sense of it.
And a reminder, of course, social distancing and wearing a mask is still required. We also have an update on the Tar Heel State's COVID case count as we enter Phase 3, and the daily average of cases is actually still rising. North Carolina added more than 2,200 new cases, and South Carolina, by contrast, added 649 new cases. Now, the NFL has now postponed its second game of the season because of the coronavirus, and this time it involves someone who'll sound very familiar to Panthers fans, as Cam Newton. He has tested positive. So let's send it over to sports reporter Ashley Stroline for more. All right, thanks, Ashley. So their fans will have to wait. But hey, today Panthers fans got a chance to grab some gear today at the Bank of America team store. That reopened at noon with state and local health guidelines in place, of course. And customers, get this, got 50% off on select Panthers apparel today and a free gift with the purchase. Lucky them, right? Store hours moving forward will be Monday through Friday, 11 to 6 and 12 to 4 on Saturdays. Okay, so everyone could use some blessings these days, right? And that includes your pets. So we are going to tell you about one church's special event for our furry friends in Charlotte on the other side of this break. Welcome back. So in the Queen City today, CMPD joined local clergy to pray for the city of Charlotte. The event Lift Up Charlotte took place this morning at Marshall Park in Uptown.
For us here, this is our lane, and it's what we're coming to do.
Murphy is part of a clergy group that works with Chief Jennings to help promote better policing. And meanwhile, while they prayed for the city, St. Peter's Church on Tryon Street held a special Blessing of the Animals event this morning. This morning actually marks the feast day of St. Francis of Assisi, who's a patron saint of animals. So today the church welcomed people to bring all kinds of pets to receive a special blessing.
The pets.
Now, normally that blessing is held in the church's garden, but because of the coronavirus, people drove up and had their pets blessed one at a time. But hey, it is the perfect day to spend some quality time with your pet outside. Check this out. Beautiful live look over Beach Mountain. Cannot complain about the weather these last few days. And the good news train continues because, Aisha, there is still no rain in the forecast. I would give you a high five if I could. Good evening. Okay, looks like we have lost Aisha, but we will have her and more sports right after the break. All right, Ashley, thank you. Absolutely love the story about the kids getting invited to the game. And speaking of the game, the Panthers game is tomorrow. How is the weather going to be? Aisha, let's try this again with our final weather.
I don't know what happened, Lana, but you know what? I'll just blame it on technology.
All right, Aisha, thank you. And that is it for the news at 6. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again at 11.